This example will show you how to calculate the standard error of the estimate using R. As always, the first thing to do in R is put the dataset in. This dataset we call gas. We will save this as read.csv, and here is the dataset web address. All right, so now that we've done that, another thing that's good to do is always look at the header of the dataset so you can kind of see the structure of it. So you can see what the variables are called and that there's only 2 of them. Now we're going to create a linear model again, but you want to save that linear model. So we're going to call it linear model out, and that's going to be the name that we're going to give to this linear model we're going to create. You can call it anything you want, but I just happen to like to call it this. And then you do linear model of the dataset gas, of the variable gas consumption, or consumed, sorry, and then the tilde. So as a reminder, the tilde is in the shift above the key next to the number 1 key. So there's a tilde there. And then you're going to put in the gas and temperature as the other variable. And you're going to go ahead and enter. And, oh wait, close your parentheses. Don't forget to close the parentheses. And then hit enter. Whoops, I must have typed something wrong. So it's always good to go check to see what you did. And I can't spell consumed, obviously. All right. Notice nothing happens when I did that. So what I want to do now is I want to summarize the linear model. So we do a summary of the linear model out. We did summary before when we wanted to summarize and get the 5-number summaries. This is kind of doing that similar thing, but it's a little bit more involved. So summary of linear model out, and here's the summary of it. So it's going to tell you it's calling and using the linear model that we came up with. It does a kind of a test of what your residuals are, what your minimum is, your Q1, your median, your Q3, and your maximum is for your residuals. You can test the residuals. That's not what we're doing here. And the most important thing is this residual standard error right here. So that residual standard error, that is your standard error of the estimate. So that's what you would write down as being your answer. That the standard error of the estimate is 0.3301.